welcome back to my channel. This is definitely glitzzygem. Thank you for watching. For those who are new to my channel, please subscribe, hit the notification bell. Also give my video a thumbs up because it helps out my channel. In today's video, we're going to go ahead and do a Mask Monday. And I'm going to answer 21 this or that questions. Yes, I'm going to answer 21 this or that questions. So today's mask that I'm going to be wearing is one that was gifted to me from Susan in one of her friend mails from Susan. Susan's just making it. This is the Fusion Sheet Mask. And it has benefits of two masks. We have a banana and blueberry scented. The banana exfoliates to brighten skin, and the blueberry combats fine lines and wrinkles. Two things my skin needs. And I love these, the ones that have the opening at the bottom, because that's where most of the serum goes. Because whenever you have it right side up, all the serum goes to the bottom. So whenever you open up your mask, you're getting most of the serum that's in the packaging, which is, I think that's a pretty good, smart idea for the crimp shop to do that when they thought about the packaging. So how's everybody doing today? Leave me your comments down below. Let me know y'all have any plans. Let me know how was your week. I would really greatly like to hear what y'all have to say and what's been going on. Anything new that I've been missing out on. In the YouTube world. So here we go. Let's put this mask on. Feels real good, this mask. The cotton on this mask feels real good. It just feels like just the right amount of, the right texture of tissue. It's not thick and it's not too thin. It's just right. And it has a really lovely scent. I don't smell bananas. I don't smell blueberries. To me, it smells like coconut or vanilla. Like coconut and vanilla. That's what it smells like to me on the scent with this mask. Which is everything's my favorite. So one of my favorite scents. And it's very lightly fragrant. So it's, if you're sensitive to fragrances, this will not irritate your sinuses. It will not irritate. If you're very sensitive to fragrances, like where you can't have fragrances at all, then maybe you shouldn't, wear this mask. But really, this has hardly any scent to it. You can smell the nice notes, the really nice notes of the mask. So, but it smells really lovely. So thank you, Susan, for this mask. And in honor of you, I'm going to go ahead and do the this or that questions that were tagged on your channel that you said you got from, don't want to lie. I don't want to lie, but, is it Lori's Life or is it, I don't want to lie. I can't remember who sent you these or that questions. So I'm going to go ahead and, you tagged me on them. So I'm going to go ahead and answer these questions, from Susan's channel. So let's get started. I just want to let you know that I have the eye patches on from Revolution. I have one more pair in here and I'm done with these eye patches, which I'm glad, because I can go through with my Grace and Stella ones, and then I have some other ones I want to get through too as well. So all right, so let's go ahead and let me find my spreading tool in case my mask starts to crumble up or crinkle up like it is now. I have my little tool here to kind of spread it out. Yeah, so today's Monday. I hope everybody's having a lovely day when you're watching this. Hope everybody's starting off. Hopefully everybody had a really good day starting off. A good start off week. And I hope the whole week, the rest of this week, goes well for everyone. yeah, so if you have any questions you want to ask me, you can ask me down in the comment section below, and I'll be glad to answer them for you, okay? So let's get started with these questions, because there are like 21 questions in here. So the first question says, burgers or tacos? Tacos, of course. Sunrise or sunset? Sunset. Comedy or horror? Comedy. Relaxed or adventurous? I like both. A mixture of both. I think one needs to relax. One needs to relax whenever they're overwhelmed with whatever's going on in their everyday life. And if they have issues, you know, personal issues that they're going through, you know, people need time to relax. And so yeah, and then adventurous, because if you don't have any issues going on in your life and you're just sitting at home just being bored, that's also not fun, because you know, you just feel, it just gets kind of lonely, you know, not doing anything. What else? Tea or coffee? I don't like tea, and I can't drink coffee, so I can't choose coffee. So if I had a choice, I can't drink tea either. So there's some teas that kind of get me a little hypersensitive, you know, where I start to feel like my heartbeat starts to go a little faster than usual. The coffee just kind of irritates my stomach to where I start to get anxiety attacks. The tea just kind of either makes me a little nervous or a little like palpitations in my, you know, with my heart. So I don't drink neither one of them. Coke or Pepsi? Yeah, I'll drink that. I'll drink both. Actually, I drink more Cokes than I do Pepsi. I feel like Pepsi is good. Like the flavor of Pepsi is really good, but I think I'm just used to Coke, the flavor of Coke, and that's just something I've just been happy with is Coke. Pepsi, I think, is just a little too strong for me, so I'd rather have a Coke. Rain or sunshine? Well, that's a tricky question. Because in the rain, my sinuses start to irritate. And I love the rain because it's real relaxing. Especially when you're indoors and you're in bed and you can hear the rain outside just pouring. And you know it's a weekend and you're like, okay, you don't have to, well, for people who don't work on the weekends, you know, you're like, okay, it's the weekend and I don't have to work. And you can hear the rain, you know, just the moderate showers that are just sprinkling down from above, and it's not like a storm or anything. It's just calm rain, and you're like, it just makes me want to stay, you know, in my bed a little bit longer, or it makes me just a lot longer than usual. So I'd rather prefer rain. I like sunshine as well. I like sunshine when the weather's nice. When the weather's nice, which when I mean the weather's nice, I mean like it's not hot, like there's a breeze. There has to be a breeze outside for me to enjoy sunshine. There has to be a breeze. So yeah. Simple or glam? I like glam. I'll do simple. It's just, I used to do simple looks before, but now I'm more into like more glam looks. I just don't know how I just adapted from simple looks to glam. I think it's just the more you practice and the more you do more eyeshadow tutorials, or you create more eye looks, you tend to start going more glam. Or I think it's also in the media, like the social media, or advertisements, you know, when they come up with the palette. Some of the palettes that they come out with are usually more in the glam, the tones that the color stories that they give out are either bold or they're like pink and purples, you know. They're like in the darker realms of the colors. So, you know, so I guess that's the reason why glam would be one of them, because I think most of the palettes that not that I choose, but that I would see out on the market that I, you know, that I find appealing, you know, have those colors in them, you know. I've seen some natural palettes on the internet, and I have natural palettes as well. I just haven't used them yet. I guess it has to do with the advertisement, you know, with the advertisements that are going on Instagram, you know, on TV. Well, really, I really don't see no more, you know, makeup ads on TV. I just usually see them like on commercials on YouTube. So YouTube or Instagram, you know, I'd see those commercials with the palettes, and the palettes look like they have colors in them to create a glam look. You can also create a simple look, which is fine. But to me, simple would probably be like not a smoky eye, but maybe like if you use like 1 or 2 shades, for me that would be simple. You know, if I use like a purple, or it could be a dark shade, but it would be like 2 colors. You know, either my lid would be light or it'd be darker, and then my colors would be lighter or darker. You know, it's like 2 colors. So that's what I call simple for me. And I like to go in with more than just 1 shade on my eyelids. The next question is pizza or pasta? Pasta. Definitely pasta. I love spaghetti. I make spaghetti almost maybe once every 2 weeks. I make spaghetti at home. The way I cook my spaghetti is I ground the beef. Well, the beef is already ground. But what I meant to say is I brown the beef. Before getting it really brown and cooked all the way, I go ahead and put my spices on there. And the spices that I like to use are garlic salt. Also like to use the adobo seasoning, which is the all-purpose seasoning with cumin in it. Oh my gosh, it gives it a whole different dimension of flavor when you put that on your ground beef. And then and then how I cook my noodles, I'll boil my noodles in hot water, but I'll add like some salt and I'll add some butter, so that way the noodles will be like really soft and tasty. And yeah, and I use the Prego, not the traditional one, but the Prego meat flavored one, because I get more meat out of it than you know. I use like a pound of ground beef, and I'll get like the meat flavored Prego spaghetti sauce, because I feel like I get more meat out of it doing that. But mine is just plain pasta that I would make. But I like fettuccine. I have never made fettuccine, and I don't think I'll ever try to attempt it. I mean, unless something that just out of the blue I want to try to attempt, but I just feel like I probably wouldn't know, like, the spices you'd need, you know, the cream that you'd need to make the Alfredo with. It's just, you know, I think it's a little bit more complicated than spaghetti. I think, I don't know, maybe it's probably more simpler than spaghetti, but I don't think so, because spaghetti, all you do is just, like I said, just the way I did mine is just more basic. And if I do get fettuccine, it'll be like from a restaurant that serves really good spaghetti and fettuccine. That's where I would go and get that from, you know. But as far as me making anything, I probably just make spaghetti at home. I never make fettuccine or ravioli. So yeah, so definitely I get pasta. City or country? Okay, so I live in the city, and the city is not as beautiful as the country. You have more neighbors around you. They're more closer to you, and the thing about that is that I like the fact that you're able to come outside and, like, you get to see people. You get to see people. outdoors, you know. You get to say hi to your neighbors, you know, you get to even meet your neighbors, visit them and see how they're doing, and you know, they come and, you know, check up on you as well to make sure that you're doing okay. Especially whenever you're not, especially when you're not married and you don't have any kids, you live on your own, and so you have neighbors that like watch out. They watch out for those types of you know, residents who don't have their family that's, you know, that's living with them. They kind of tend to, you know, be more cautious. At least I hope. I know there was one point that my neighbors were very cautious of making sure that I'm, you know, that, you know, everything's okay with me. And if I needed anything, they always offer their help if I ever need anything. So I have very good neighbors. So that's the thing about the city, and that you also have the mall in the city, like it's like real close to your house. Not saying real close, but it's like from driving distance from your house. It's not too far. Like as far as if you go to the country, you have to drive a long distance to get into the city. So, but the country is beautiful. I think the country has beautiful sights. You know, a lot of forest scenery. You get to enjoy nature more. You get to see more of the birds out. You get to see what's more out there in nature as far as animal goes, and how, you know, the animal kingdom flows. You know, you get to see that insects, you know, doing their business. You know, I just love to see that. I love nature, so I like both. And I know it's like this or that. So now I rather, and it's more quieter, and you don't have any in the country. Like, it's more quieter and your neighbors are further away from where you live. And sometimes I'd want to have my own place where I can just, you know, be away from everybody. Just have my own place to be away from everybody and just enjoy nature, like I said, and, you know, be able to sit outside your door and just, you know, sit down and just watch nature pass by. You know, I mean, it's really relaxing. It's very, very relaxing. Very, you know, it's a place where you can meditate a lot. You can read a lot as well in the country. So I like both. But I don't have a favorite, either the city or country. I don't have a favorite. Now, if I did choose country, it'd have to be like in a place where you go into like these rural places where they have like forest scenery, and you just keep going in, and then you get to your gated area, your gated property, you know, where you go into your property and you have like acres of land, but you're close to the highway, to where when you're able to go to the highway, you're close to the stores. So that's the kind of country I like. That's the kind of country that I would like gravitate towards too, which is like country, semi-city countryside. That's what I like. I like to have my privacy, you know, living in the country and having acres of land and being able to go outside, being able to drive, you know, from my house to the freeway, not too far from where you live, and just get on there, and then there's like stores all around you. So that's the kind of place I would love to live in, you know, in the country, but not too far away from the city. Travel to the past or to the future. I've heard a lot of different aspects or different opinions about traveling to the past, because they would rather see history, you know, how history was, you know, they would like to see the history, how history was done, or they would like to see a certain person in the past, you know, and or get to be part of a history landmark or historical what do you call it, like a historical memory or historical you know, a historical moment or landmark that you'd like to go visit and see, or be part of that historical landmark, or when you make history, you know, it's pretty nice, you know, if you are part of something that made history. We make history every day. There's always history every day now. I'm living in a world now that we are creating more history as well, that needs to, new presidents, presidents that have been in presidency, like those need to be in the book. Those are really interesting to read, probably for those who are, studying history in school, for today's history, how today's history is. But I think I would rather travel to the future if I am able, if I'm able, like if we're saying like right now where I'm not, in a state where I need to be hospitalized, or I'm not sick, or, I'd have to say I'd rather travel to the future, only because I already know, if you have faith in God, you already know like what to expect in the future and what he promises us, So I feel like I'd rather like skip to the future part, because I know there's probably going to be incidents that will happen during your lifetime that you would not want to experience, right now we're experiencing like the COVID, and we're experiencing other types of things that I'm not even aware of, because I don't even watch the news. But if I can just skip forward from all this bad things that are going on right now, if I can skip forward to the part where everything's good again, then I would rather travel to the future and do that. Schedules or spontaneous. Okay, so I live off a schedule. My schedule is so, like, I'm not gonna say it's predictable, because there's days during the week where I am spontaneous as well. Like, okay, so my schedule is, sleep, eat, go to work, eat, come home, shower, YouTube videos, eat, go to sleep, and then the rotation starts all over again. Anything spontaneous that I would live off of probably would be something like I'd go to the store, just anything that I would, just anything out of the ordinary that I would do, but spontaneous is something that just has to happen, out of the blue. It's not something that, well, of course, it's not something that is scheduled, but spontaneous doesn't come all the time. Spontaneity, I can't even say that word. Spontaneity doesn't come easy. Doesn't come like, a moment where you're asked to go do something, once in a lifetime thing. It doesn't always happen. So you can also have spontaneity in your everyday life and what you do. If I had the money, I probably would live spontaneously. But if I didn't have the money, to be able to spontaneously, like, get up in the morning and say, hey, I, want to go visit Paris, or hey, I want to go skydiving, or I want to go mountain climbing, or I want to go horseback riding, or I want to, if I can't do that, I mean, like, I would, I would rather have that life or that luxury of being able to just wake up in the morning and say, hey, I want to go to college today, and I have the money to go to college and finish, go full time, and not have to work. But in reality, I have to work. So so I would prefer to be spontaneous and, scheduled, but I live more like in a scheduled life. And I think that's the reason why I want to go for more spontaneous or more spontaneity in my life, because I just live like, I feel like I live like a drone. I'm just like, I do, you know, it's like a routine every single day that you're working, eating, pooping, sorry, TMI, and you know, that's just, and you're like, this is my life. This is my life, you know. No adventure, no spontaneous things going on, nothing exciting. And it does get kind of, I get bored. I'm the type of person that I can't do routine for a very long time, because I will get bored from doing that same routine. So I'm that type of person, and I know this from even when I was little. You know, I just cannot, you know, do the same thing for the rest of my life. Like, I have to do something different in my life. You know, I just can't just be always doing the same routine. It's just like, I gotta break out from that, because to me, I just feel too crowded, or too crowded, or I feel like I'm just too tied down. You know, I don't want to feel tied down. I want to feel free. I want to feel, you know, I want to be able to feel free and feel like I'm able to do whatever I want to do, and not be tied down to rules. And, you know, I don't want to be tied down to any kind of like rules in life, you know, like having to follow orders, like as far as like, you know, just everyday life, you know, just things that you have to follow by, you know, anything that you have to follow everyday life. Everyday life's I guess rules or policies that you have to follow, you know. It's just, I don't know, to me, it just starts to get a little boring to me. The next thing is summer or winter. To be honest with you guys, I rather prefer summer, I guess, because I live in a warm climate. And winter, when winter comes around, I shiver at winter. I'm shivering too much. I don't like being cold. I think I can stand more of the summer than I can of the winter, being outside in the cold. I cannot do that. I cannot handle being outside in the cold. Maybe people up north are more used to being out in the cold than being out in the heat, but I'm more used to being out in the heat than in the cold. I don't know what it is. I guess that's just the way our bodies just adapt to our geographical areas where we live at. So I would definitely just choose summer. Sweet or salty? Of course, sweet. You know, I don't gravitate towards salty foods that much, you know, unless they're chips. But even then, it's very, very rare that I gravitate towards salty snacks. I just gravitate towards more sweets than salty. Bright colors or neutral colors? I like both. I like bright colors during the summer, and I like neutral colors whenever you're going to the store, when you're going to church, or, you know, you're going to work. You want to wear more neutral colors than bright colors. I think bright colors are more fun, you know, even in clothing or makeup. I'm talking about makeup, or I'm talking about in makeup and clothing. I think bright colors are more fun, and it's for like when there's an event that you're going to, you know, like people, you know, friends and family that you know, that are gonna, you know, wear the same colored shirt, or wear a shirt that, you know, represents your little group, or, you know, and I think bright colors would go well with that. And also bright colors would go well with the summer. And I think neutral colors, like I said, would go well with like neutral clothing. Neutral makeup would be more like for like if you go to work, or when you go to church, or when you go to the store, you know, just I think those were the only times I would wear neutral colors. Read a book or watch a movie. I'll tell you a story. When I was little, when we're young, me and my family, when we're young, we read a lot. We read and read a lot, and I can read a lot. I can read through a book really quick when I was little, growing up, because our parents brought us up that way. And as soon as I start to hit puberty, I was like, this is not for me. I don't want to read. I don't want to keep reading all the time, you know. I get bored. I get bored of reading, you know. And I know that books, you know, take you places, you know, in your imagination. They take you places that you've never gone before, because their words are very descriptive, and, you know, you get to see, you know, the author's how the author's mind works, you know, how the author, you know, has described this world that the author makes up in their stories, which is pretty neat. That's neat, but I feel like I just feel like, I know that even watching a movie can be, you know, also taking time away from you from having fun. Reading a book can also take time away from you from having fun. But a movie is like 3 hours, and then when you're reading, you can only read for, you can probably set a time limit for reading. But I think mostly a lot of people would keep reading because it gets so interesting to the point where they just, like, I don't know, they've already read for about an hour, and then, you know, they have to stop and do what they have to do. In a movie, it takes about 2 hours. So I think then you're more visual, you know, it's a more visual aid than, you know, you having to imagine, you know, the world, you know, that the author has described the world and the characters in the book. And in the movie, you're already actually seeing it, you know. So I think I like more visual than reading or having to use your imagination when you read a book. So I guess because I've used my imagination so much when I was little that I just kind of like, I'm just, you know, I've just, you know, my imagination, I'm imaginative, worn out, you know. I'm imaginative, worn out, if that's even possible. Talkative or quiet? Okay, I am both. I'm quiet when I'm around people I don't know, and I'm not, and so I'm quiet around people I don't know. But once I get to know them, I become talkative. So I am talkative, and I am quiet. But I mostly will start off just being quiet, and then I'll talk. Get even or get over it? Get over it, guys. I would not get even with anybody for anything. There's something that happened, you know, in my life recently with my mom being in the hospital. Something happened at the hospital with my mom, and it made me want to get even with one of the staff members there. That my mind went to a point where I shouldn't go, went to a dark place, and I was like, nope, I'm not gonna let that get to me, because, you know, I'm being tested, and I know that I'm being tested, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just get over it. But at the same time, I will try to find justice for my mother. So that's how I'll get even, is by getting justice for my mother, but the right way, you know, not, you know, the kind of way that, you know, you'd want to, you know, go hunt somebody down and, you know, do things to them that you shouldn't be doing, you know. So, and then I'll just get over it. So the next question is outside or inside? Okay, so, okay. I like being outside for a little while. You know, it gets to the point where you're like, it has to be around the time where the sun has come down and it's not so hot. And when in the cold time, I don't think I'd want to be outside when it's cold. I'd rather be inside. And inside, you know, I think I prefer being indoors more than being outdoors. But you also get lonely, and you also get your mind starts to feel like you're going insane. So yeah, but I think I mostly am an indoors type of person than an outdoors person. I know that for sure. So I guess I should just choose inside. Truth or dare? I don't understand the question. I guess if somebody dared me to do something, I probably wouldn't do it. I'm just the type of person like, because I'm like, what if this dare means that I have to go kill somebody? I'm like, I'm not going to go kill somebody, you know, or hurt somebody's feelings. I'm not going to do that. I'm like, you're not going to dare me to do that, because I will not do it. So I rather choose truth than dare, because it's much easier. It's in my consciousness. I have a clean conscience. You know, I have a clean conscience. I have nothing to hide. Just, you know, so I rather choose truth than dare, because you just never know these days what people would ask you to do as a dare. So I'm like, no, I do not want to do a dare. The next thing here, the last question is spicy or mild. I used to be a spicy type of gal when I was little. Growing up, you know, once I hit my 30s, you know, my early 30s, I started noticing that I started having acid reflux, and I couldn't eat any more spicy foods. I mean, I eat spicy, but it has to be mild. It has to be mild, spicy foods. It can't be anything too spicy. So it has to be mild. I don't mind why I said mild, spicy food. It has to be mild food instead of spicy, because my stomach will not be able to handle it. I'll be in the restroom. I'll be in the restroom. I'll be in the restroom that day, and I'll be in the restroom the next day. You know, the next morning I'll still be in the restroom. So those are all the questions that Susan had tagged me on. You know, I just want to give her a shout out, Susan. Giving you a shout out. So thank you all for watching. I feel like my mask is ready to come off, so it's time to go. All right, well, y'all have a good day, and I'll see you in my next video. And I hope you enjoy your day, and have a great Monday, and I'll see you next time. Love you all.